ladies and gentlemen, the President-elect of the United States, Donald John Trump.
Preparations in the works for this Friday's presidential inauguration, and plenty of Connecticut residents will be there both to celebrate and to protest Donald Trump's ascendancy to the presidency. And among those who will be cheering on the new president, Connecticut Republican Party Chairman J.R. Romano. Thanks as always for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So it's been a turbulent ride, no question about this, for Donald Trump and his supporters. How do you feel now that the inauguration is almost here?
I'm excited. I've been really happy with his selections in terms of his cabinet. I think Republicans are happy with the progress. And I know people have been excited about the news that jobs have been added to the economy that before he even was sworn in. So, it's been encouraging.
I know, and you were just telling me that it's a busy time for you. Tell me about that.
It is a busy time. I actually have to go down early for the Republican National Committee meeting where we're going to be electing a new chairman. So it's a fun time.
Mm-hmm. All right, so the country is still divided. There's no question about that. With a lot of protests planned for this week down there. What's your feeling about that? Does the disruption worry you?
Well, I think that there's a frustrating part about the hypocrisy of a lot of these people protesting, because if Republicans had done this to Barack Obama, we would have been racist, we would have been bigots. If Hillary Clinton had won and we'd been doing this, this was their whole claim, because they thought Hillary was going to win in a landslide, that we wouldn't accept the results. Mm-hmm. And now you see left organizations, Democrats calling, he's not legitimate. And actually today there was a video released where there's several left-leaning organizations that are planning chemical attacks at some of the inaugural balls. And I mean, it's terrible what they're organizing. And what your viewers have to understand is that the left is so radical these days that you can't have a genuine conversation. It's very frustrating. It is. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about Donald Trump's tweeting, which is continued, and logic would suggest that that's not that's a good way for a president to communicate with his constituents, and yet it's been controversial because maybe it's not the best tone. Do you think this will continue into the presidency? Do you think the tone will change?
Well, I think that what's happening in society today is that it's been very difficult for Republicans to kind of get a fair shake with national media. And we've seen several instances of CNN, the BuzzFeed thing with that fake dossier. What Twitter and social media allow is for Republicans to directly communicate to the masses. And so I think it is a vital tool. I don't know what's going to happen as president, but again, it's Twitter. Mm-hmm. What's interesting about this, if you go on Twitter and everything else, I mean, there was a whole story about how the Wendy's Twitter handler just roasts people and makes fun of people. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of this Wild West aspect to it. So it'll be interesting to see how this whole thing plays out.
What about here at the state level? What's going on in the Republican Party here at the state level now?
Well, actually, we're excited. We're tied in the Senate with 2 special elections coming up, which I think we have a great opportunity to pick up both seats. What everyone, your viewers, need to understand is if Republicans win both these seats, we can stop Dan Malloy and the Democrats, who have said that tax increases are on the table. So, I'm hoping people take a look at the Republican Party here and understand we're ready to lower your taxes. That's what we want to do.
Okay, the Republican Party Chairman J.R. Romano, thanks for joining us today. Jen, back to you.
Brent, J.R., thank you so much. Coming up on the Fox 61 News at 5. Martin Luther King Jr. is honored today all across the nation, but one Connecticut town has a special connection to the civil rights leader.
We have wipes, we have passes.